Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another video. Gabi here. I am your favorite sassy big sister, ready to break down how the law of assumption can change your life. I am a master NLP practitioner, an EFT coach, a mindset shifting coach, and a law of assumption coach here at Create Your Future. And today we are diving deep into a success story that's going to knock your socks off in a very particular way. So grab your coffee, your water, or your wine, no judgment, and get ready for this incredible transformation. I'm really glad you're here today because we're going to be diving deep into some really thought-provoking questions about the law of assumption and how it applies to your life. But I'm also going to be giving you some really strong NLP-centered affirmations for you. So make sure that you're listening in because you're going to get some really great stuff from this video. If you've been struggling to manifest your desires, or you just want to level up your manifesting game, you're in the right place. Before we get started, I want to talk to you about your blocks. So if you're looking to identify and remove the blocks that you have in your own way to manifest your desires, then check out our free course on how to identify and remove your blocks. It is a fantastic course led by Amanda M. herself in all of her wisdom, and it will move you into master manifester mode. You can find that information in the description box below, okay? Also, while checking out courses, go ahead and scroll over to my page on our website at createyourfuture.co and look up the Assume the Throne course. This course is my most requested course, and clients are loving it. This course, I walk you through simple practices to decide, declare, and commit. And clients are super excited because they are finally understanding how to become the main character in your reality. Each practice is designed to teach you how to embody the version of you who has, is, and does everything that they desire. So go check that out and be another reality generator who masters their manifesting abilities, okay? Go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on new content that can totally shift your mindset. And let's get started. Okay, this one is for the dreamers who are stuck in the I'm always making 3D plans, but never quite showing up like my future self club. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, I see you. I have a ton of questions, both subscriber questions and client questions on this topic. It comes up quite a bit in session. And many of you are asking, Gabi, how do I embody the version of me who has my desire? Sorry, guys, I'm coming over a head cold, so I have a little sniffle still. But how do I embody the version of me who has my desire without actually taking 3D action and doing plans in the 3D? So first and foremost, we're going to kick it off with a powerful affirmation. Here we go. Ready? Repeat this after me. I want you to say it loud. Let it sink in. This is your new baseline. I am already the person who has what I desire, and I embody this truth every single day. You're going to say it one more time. Repeat it after me. I am already the person who has what I desire, and I embody this truth every single day. All right. That's your new baseline. That is your new go-to. All right. Okay. Now let's talk about my client. So I have a client who is the queen of planning, but not showing up. She has endless to-do list, strategies, and still her dream life has been somewhere down the road. So one of the things that we worked on was really putting her front and center right now in who she is as the version of herself with all of her desires. So I'm going to give you another affirmation. Here we go. Repeat this after me. I release the need to overplan and trust my inspired actions to lead me. Okay, one more time. I release the need to overplan and trust my inspired actions to lead me. Okay. Let that breathe into your soul. This is the very first affirmation that she and I worked on together. And this is super important because I have a kind of a hard and fast rule about inspired action. Now, this is my rule, my reality. You can make your own rules in your reality. But in my reality, if I have a doubt about taking action, meaning I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, well, if I do this, what would happen if I did that? Then maybe this might happen, then I'd have to react this way. If I think anything like that, or I go down a rabbit hole of what ifs, I don't consider it inspired action, and my answer is no, I'm not going to do it. That's my rule. My rule is when in doubt, the answer is no. Okay. Now, that's my rule for my reality. You can take your rule for your reality. But the best thing about this rule for me is that it allows me to trust my inspired actions to lead me, meaning I know that if I'm doubting, I'm not trusting, correct? Yes. So when in doubt, you're not trusting. So you need to step back and check your mental diet, because when you're doubting, you're not trusting you and your power. And the version of you who already has your desire is trusting their power 100%. So great affirmation to keep in your pocket for a rainy day. All right. So this client, she really was struggling with the fact that the law of assumption is about being that future self now, really feeling it in your bones in the sense of knowing this is who you are. So it's not an emotional feeling really, but like the knowing that this is who you are and making choices from that energy. So not waiting for your bank account or your job title or your relationship title to catch up, but making choices from the energy and mindset of who you are as the version of you who already has your desire. And so one of the things that we did is we focused on her living and acting as her future self today. What did that look like for her? Well, for her, when she was thinking of who she wanted to be with her desire, and I'm not going to share her desire because she asked me not to, but when she was thinking of her desire, she was thinking about how she would be showing up in her world. She realized she wouldn't be insecure. She realized she would be confident. She realized that she wouldn't feel like imposter syndrome. She wouldn't feel like she had to explain to people that she couldn't do things. Instead, she would feel unstoppable. She would feel like everything was going exactly as it needed to. She would feel like she was in control. She would feel like she was powerful. And so these are the feelings that we started to cultivate within her, because those feelings are manifestations of your thoughts, and you control your thoughts 100%. So what we started to do is say, okay, well, how does the version of you who's confident, how does she think? The version of you who's unstoppable, how does she think? The version of you who's powerful, how does she think? What kind of thoughts is she having, right? And so we started to craft her intentions based off of those thoughts. So one of the affirmations that we used is, I live and act as my future self today, confident and unstoppable. This reminded her to step forward in that power of confidence and unstoppability. And many, I know, just like her, many of you will get stuck in the thinking like action means I have to plan. But that's just busy work. It doesn't come from your future self mindset. It comes from your mindset of, I don't have my desire. So instead of us acting and planning, what we want to do is we really want to flow into our inspired actions. And so an affirmation you can use for this is, my inspired actions flow effortlessly from my empowered state of being. So what does this mean? This means that your inspired actions are going to be one that you trust, right? And two, it's coming from your empowered state of being, from your God self, from the reality generator self of who you are. And because it's coming from that version of you, you know that it's going to happen effortlessly. Oftentimes, you will find that when you look back on the unfolding of a manifestation, the inspired actions that took place for you, you didn't plan. And you also didn't even really notice them. You didn't notice that A led to B, led to C, led to D until after you look back on your manifestation. And so that is really where we want to get you. We want to get you into this mindset that all you have to do is trust. The law of assumption is 100% real. There are no exceptions to it. And because the law of assumption is real and there are no exceptions to it, you select your reality. And you select your reality by telling yourself what is true for you, right? Which means selecting your reality through your thoughts. So it's just a matter of you maintaining that trust in the law of assumption, and therefore that trust in yourself, in your God self, because yourself is the one who is picking your thoughts. Therefore, yourself is the one who is selecting your reality, right? So what we did is we kind of came up with a magic formula for her. Okay. So the magic formula is embody first, act second. So we worked on what is your future self's energy, the version of you who has your desire. What does that look like? We already outlined it. She's confident, unstoppable, powerful, empowered. She felt like she could have, be, or do anything, right? And then from there, take inspired steps, small, powerful moves, not giant, overwhelming to-do list. So for instance, trusting your God self to guide your actions as you embody the version of you who already has your desire. So what does that look like? Well, that looks like as you're sitting there, we'll use an example of owning a luxury vehicle. If you desire to own a luxury vehicle, chances are you're going to drive that luxury vehicle different than you drive your current vehicle, correct? You're going to probably keep that luxury vehicle cleaner than you keep your current vehicle. You are probably going to take it to the wash more, have it detailed more frequently. You may even have a rule that your friends don't get to have, I don't know, drinks in your car outside of water, right? Like that may become a rule because you have a luxury vehicle. And so you ask people that come into your car not to have any other type of drink outside of water in case it spills. You may have a rule that nobody else gets to drive your vehicle except for you, right? You may also decide that because you have a luxury vehicle, you are kind of upgrading yourself. You may upgrade your wardrobe. You may upgrade the way that you talk. You may get out of your car with a little bit more grace than you did before. These are all things that you would be doing if you owned that luxury vehicle. So start embodying that now. Start making those rules now. Start saying to your friends, you know what? I want to take good care of my vehicle. Please don't have other drinks in here besides water. Or think about how you would exit your luxury vehicle and start exiting your car now that way. But the more important piece isn't about what you're doing in the 3D and the action that you're taking in the 3D. The more important piece is that in your mind, your thoughts are coming from the same place as if you already had the luxury vehicle. Okay. So my client, when she started showing up as if she already had it all, she had kind of had a glow up. She had changed her hairstyle. She was dressing more like the version of her who had this desire. And she was thinking more like the version of her who had this desire. She was pausing and being strategic in her responses like the person of her who had this desire. And one day, inspired action occurred. And suddenly, her 3D world started playing catch up. Doors opened, people noticed, magic happened, and boom, her manifestation unfolded and she got her desire. And so this is what it means, guys. Like, this is what it is. It's not about you making plans in the 3D. Oftentimes I say to my client, it's the difference between planning a wedding and actually having your wedding day, right? You can plan to put your pet's face on the napkins that are going to be at your wedding, but on the day of your wedding, you probably aren't even going to care. You may see it and go, oh, that's cute, but it's not something that's going to be at the top of your mind because you're enjoying the day. You're enjoying being the bride or the groom. You're enjoying being in the moment of celebrating your partnership with your family, right? You're not caring about all the little things that led up to that point. That's really the difference. That's the difference between planning, 3D action, and embodying. Embodying is your wedding day. Planning is planning for the wedding. Okay. And so, guys, this is really where the rubber meets the road. Like, this is where the work is. The work is here. The work is you constantly going back to, who am I as the version of me who already has this desire? And it isn't about detailing it out in the sense of, okay, well, I get up and I put on my clothes. I'm going to set two plates at my breakfast table for my SP and I for breakfast. That's not what this is about. This is not about the 3D setup like that. This is about you thinking from the version of you who already has your desire. So let's continue with that SP example. So if you are living with your SP or your SP has stayed over and it's a normal, natural occurrence for you, when you get up in the morning and you're making breakfast, you're probably automatically defaulting to making 2 cups of coffee or 2 cups of tea rather than just yours, right? So in your mind, you're thinking, well, I'll make this for maybe, I don't know, for you, for me, what I do is I make my SPs first and then I make mine. And so I like to do that. That's me. I like to serve him first. I like to actually go and take it to him. And so maybe that's your thought process. Maybe your thought process is, oh, like I'm going to get up and I'm going to make my SPs coffee and I'm going to make my coffee. But you're thinking from that place of gratitude. You're thinking of that place of kindness, right? That's a generous, kind action that you would take in the 3D. And it's one coming from a place of love. It's one coming from a place of contentment. It's one coming from a place of normalcy, right? This is normal. So those are the types of thoughts you want to have running through your head. You want to have running through your head, I love that I get to do this. I love being able to do something nice for my SP and do something like this. I love how I feel content. I love how I feel secure in this moment. I love how I feel at ease in this moment. It's very effortless for me to sit in this moment knowing that my SP and I share these intimate type of moments of just having coffee together or tea together in the morning, right? So I'm going to give you another affirmation to kind of help you out with this. I am the magnet for all of my desires that match the version of me who has it. I am a magnet for all of my desires that match the version of me that has it. All right. So I've told you how to do this. I've told you how my client did this. So your homework is to stop planning like a perfectionist. Start being your future self now. Walk the walk, talk the talk, take inspired action when you feel comfortable doing that. And the last affirmation I'm going to leave you with is every step I take is aligned with my manifestation, and it is exactly what is needed for my manifestation to unfold. Every step I take is aligned with my manifestation, and it is exactly what I need for my manifestation to unfold. If you want no more BS law of assumption coaching, hit that follow button. I've got your back. And remember, you don't wait for the world to hand you your dreams. You step into them right now. So quit trying to plan a circus. Really, quit trying to plan the 3D and start living your dream life. You can do this. I've done this. Many of my clients have done this. You can do this too. Go ahead, and if you have a video idea or you have a question, drop it down below. I know this resonated with you. I know that this helped you out. I know that this is exactly what you needed in order to get you over the hump so that you can be a reality generator and a master manifester right now, because you already are. And you always have been, and you always will be. So go ahead and leave a little heart below. Let me know that you like this video, and I will see you guys shortly. And stay tuned, because I am going to tell you my own success story about how I went from no contact to engaged. So I will talk to you all soon. Bye.